All right, let's get into this. We're gonna talk about before the internet. You were there, I was there.
I remember it,
Let's look at
believe it or
some
not.
stuff and let's just tingle everybody's nostalgia bubble in their head. Are you ready?
Let's do it. The hairstyles, right away.
Oh, the 80s. It was a completely different day and time from what
Oh,
you
here we
see
go.
now. Don't get me wrong, it's not like it was the dark
I think in a lot of ways it was pretty awesome. In a lot of ways.
ages. However, I'm sure the
think
kids
so,
today
too.
would say
Yeah.
otherwise. But if they ever do ask you about the good old days, then just tell them
Oh,
how
man.
awesome it was. There are a lot of things that
I knew people that looked like them with the same the photos all had that same color. They all
Yeah,
had
they do,
this.
right? That this almost faded um color. Or it almost looks like an Instagram filter.
Yeah, it is a filter, truly.
I'm afraid to say, right?
It's the way that
Yeah.
the lens was capturing the light,
But
and
it's
then
just
it had
how-
to deal with the
yeah.
aperture, and it did give
Yes.
it did give it because if you look at the field of view, it's blurry, and now the new pictures
Yeah.
have a deep field of view, which changes it.
Oh,
already.
it's totally different, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it's
amazing.
weird.
You could tell the quality of the photo.
In a
Yeah.
way, and I'll just say it, it makes me wonder if what we perceive as the history was probably nothing like we see, because visually to see it, the colors were
Oh,
different, the sounds
you're
were
right.
different. It was just different, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. I think you're absolutely right. That's a great point.
Then the way
That is a
we
great point.
view it and remember it, you know what I mean? Because this was a
Yeah.
nice day. If you had an iPhone back then, you would have took a beautiful, clear picture. And all of
Could have
their
put
hair, you would have saw their curls, and you would have saw somebody
Yeah,
with
right.
hair,
People really
maybe.
didn't look that blurry or that,
Yeah.
let's say, faded in reality.
Yeah, yep. And it's
True.
weird. Like if you do
Well
think
said,
about
man.
it, we've only recently been capturing and documenting how people's generations truly go. You know, we got
Yeah,
what? We got
yeah,
the
you're
80s, we
right.
got the 90s, we got 2000s, we have 70s, we have 60s, and in 50s, we got 50s. And I even think we
That's
got
right. We have the
40s.
50s.
But just
Well, that's
in-
the 40s, and yeah.
but just now it got personal. Personal. More
yeah.
personal stuff, you know?
that was. There are a lot of things
Dude,
that sound
that's what girls look like. My older cousin looked just like that. You know,
That's
and
wild.
that's
Yeah,
what
right,
those girls
right.
look like who were older than me. This girl with this
Yeah, they all
mullet
had
right
that
here.
look, right?
Oh my god,
Mhm.
dude. And like,
Mhm.
what is this? Is this like a boy or a girl, right? Like that
You
looks a
know,
little bit like a dude to
I
me.
don't want to sound mean, but I actually
Yeah.
had the same question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This lady
For a
actually
minute.
looks like my cousin too. It's weird. Her long face.
That's wild, yeah.
crazy now.
Maybe in the
There are
middle
some
reminds me
things
of a
that
neighbor
kids
I had
today
growing
will
up.
never experience.
These women had all these poofs. These poofs were
Yeah,
everywhere.
the puffy hair was
Oh my
everywhere.
God. Look,
Yeah.
the poof,
Yeah.
the poof,
Right?
the poof. It's the way they cut their hair.
Great.
They just
Yeah,
all
the
these-
style of the day.
so
Oh,
poofy.
man. It's true.
The 1980s
Oh,
had
here we
just the
go.
right amount of technology. Some of it felt a little futuristic.
I didn't have a working proper Walkman. My parents never bought me
Really?
one. No, they didn't
Really?
think to go buy me one. No,
Oh,
mine was
man.
always broken and barely worked, and I loved music. And no, they didn't hook
My
it up.
Walkman was like my Walkman was awesome, and what I used to do is I used to take the songs off the radio, so I'd record them
Of course.
off the radio, and you'd get some of the radio station
I
names in there
guarantee
too.
he's going to
Tags.
say that.
Funny.
This is going to come up. What you just said with taping.
Oh, I hope so.
100. I'm
Yeah.
probably almost going to be like the next shot. It's coming.
at the time, but it certainly did not occupy every single moment of our day. For many
They will
people,
say-
the 1980s is when they first got
Oh my
cable
God.
television.
My neighbor had this, and that was the thing
Really?
that had the scramble on it, and like there was porn, and if you like messed with it, you could like see porn. That's the old one.
This I'm not familiar with this. I've seen it, but I don't remember seeing it like in person. I think it was after the fact.
Yeah.
But this is wild. Yeah. So this is where the scrambling and the
Yes.
adult video
See this
content
thing
would
right
come
here?
into play.
This
Yeah.
was the thing you would like
Yeah.
dial into frequencies, and like you could like mess
Oh,
with
no
this
way.
thing and its frequencies. It was pretty cool, actually.
And that was
Almost like a
something that
radio
you would
tuner in a
never
way, right?
forget.
Sort of.
It was a
Tuner.
life-changing experience. The days of
Oh,
searching
God.
through 6 channels
The
and
TV,
adjusting
yeah.
rabbit
No, I
ears
do
on the
remember that TV.
television became a thing of the past.
Okay, so just for context, this frame that we're
Yeah.
currently in right now is a 4K ratio. I think eventually they're going to go into 8K, 12K. I don't know why they're suppressing it.
Oh, for
It's
sure.
there. But
Sure.
like
It's there.
that video, that television that you see right here, that image inside the TV. Okay.
I know, right?
Now-
Okay, that picture is probably okay. I'm gonna show you. Watch this. That picture on that screen was probably be like this big on this screen. Do you see this little
That's crazy.
black? You see
That's
this?
crazy.
It would
when you
probably
think
be about
about that,
this big,
that tiny
and it would be
resolution.
kilobytes. It wouldn't be a megabyte.
Right.
It would be
Right.
like one. It would be less than a kilobyte.
Right.
At least the image itself. Okay, so let me just show this to you. So traditionally, televisions were more of a square for quite some time, and then they went to 16 by 9. So
69.
10K
yeah.
video. I'll show it to you as you can see it a little bit better. Okay, 10K video, full HD is probably
About.
somewhere around this big.
Okay.
Ready? Let me
Okay.
show you. Let me show you. Boop. Should show up. Here we go. Boop. Here we go. Okay, yeah. So this is 1080p ish right here. So that would
Right.
mean that this picture was like that.
What was it? It's a little box. So what was it, like the aspect ratio? Is that the,
Oh yeah. It was
and I remember the TVs in the 80s and I'd say even the early 90s, they had the kind of rounded corners a little bit.
Yes.
What was fascinating was as the broadcasts, and I'm thinking like, 24-hour news networks and things like that when they started coming out in the 1990s. Later, they went to the more like rectangular format 16:9
Yeah.
that we're familiar with today.
Yeah.
And the chyrons and the scroll bar at the bottom would be cut off. So like MTV, it wouldn't look right because I had this 20-year-old TV in my basement that it lasted well into the 16:9
Sure,
era.
sure. It was a tube
and-
television, just like this.
Oh, big time,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
It was a piece of furniture, if you remember those things, right? The Sylvania. It was like
Yeah, I know Sylvania.
it
Sure.
lasted forever.
I know
Yeah.
Sylvania.
But-
Yeah, it
my-
was made up of something different. It was more tube based. It actually is
Yeah.
more of an engineering. It's interesting. The tube television.
It's
You can do
normal. It's
more with
normal.
them in a lot of ways with other things that aren't
MTV.
televisions.
Videos all the time.
Yes.
MTV
Everyone has
completely
videos all
changed
the
the way
time on
that we
MTV.
saw and listened to our music.
There they are again.
It
That's
opened
right.
us up to some of the
Yeah.
latest styles in clothing and trends, although
That's
some
right.
of it was really out there.
Isn't it crazy that MTV is no
Yeah.
longer a music channel and that you have to watch music on YouTube now or something else?
It's so strange. Every time I want to listen to or watch a music video, it's YouTube
Yeah.
almost without fail.
Yep.
Maybe like other platforms like Spotify. So, but generally YouTube
YouTube.
is where I go.
Yeah.
And it's so funny because MTV and radio were it
Yeah.
back before the these interwebs.
I guess it could work again, but they don't really push it.
I don't remember
Yeah, not
anyone
as
ever
much, I
looking like
guess, yeah.
this unless
That's
it was
Poison.
on MTV.
This is
Yeah,
Poison.
that's right.
I know that.
That's right.
This is Brett
Mhm.
Michaels. He's still alive. He's a very he's an interesting man.
Yeah, right. How about the hair, man?
Yeah.
Something else that hit it big
Okay, so check this
here
out.
we go.
So this is a VCR that is $400, and just that for inflation, and you're talking probably about $600.
That's right.
Over-
I remember when my dad got one of the first VCRs. It was a big deal.
Yeah.
It was amazing too.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
like blown away. It was this high tech. Oh, we can record things
Yes.
from television.
Yeah.
First VCR, or one of the first ones.
Now,
And now, like
Mind
I don't
you,
even have it in my house.
you're absolutely right. So let me just point out something here because I'm a tech nerd. This is a
Yes.
4-head VCR, and there was 2 heads. So this was actually
Oh, you're right.
this was
you're
the
right.
fancy one.
That's a good catch.
Yep.
That's a great catch.
It's the
Yeah.
fancy one. Yep.
And then there was the period. I can't really tell here, but maybe you know. You remember the
Big in the
Betamax
1980s was-
VHS period?
The what?
Um,
Say
where they-
again?
There was a Betamax and VHS.
Yeah, I know. Beta lost
Tapes.
bad. They didn't
And
even
the
exist.
Betamax lost out, but what was funny is it actually was higher quality than VHS, but VHS was easier, more portable, smaller, and so forth, and they won out. But I remember it mattering which video you rented from Blockbuster.
Oh
or
yeah, it
something.
did. Yeah,
It's
it
like-
did.
yeah, it's
And let's
crazy.
not forget you had to rewind.
Oh yeah, be kind, please rewind.
See
That's
this,
right.
See this
Yeah.
dude right here? Remember when I was telling you about my archetype about like
Yes.
this is
There
sort
he
of
is.
the 90s
Isn't that,
archetype going on here.
that's there he is. That's right. Yep. Yeah. And they look like they're at a video rental store,
And you know
which
what's
is
cool?
another
Like, I don't know,
throwback.
there is a beauty to seeing the artwork and picking the story and reading the back. Like, there is a lot of, it's cool, you know?
Yeah, right.
Like, there's probably great movies right here. I probably would recognize at least one. I'm looking for, like,
I would
Conan
think,
the
right,
Barbarian.
yeah.
I think this is, like,
Yeah.
2001. That's a pretty notable movie. I never actually
Throwback
watched
to
it.
one of our early
Red-
episodes,
Ooh.
right? We talked about Conan the Barbarian.
Red
Yeah.
Sonja is here.
Oh, no,
And
that one
so
I've
is
never seen.
Dune's here. Okay. So there's
Dune,
some
I
stuff
kind of
here.
remember. Yeah.
This is Star
yeah.
Trek. This is the first Star Trek movie.
Oh yeah,
believe
that's
what it
right.
is.
I think you're right.
Oh
Yeah.
shit! There's a bomb right here. The never-ending story is right here.
Oh, that was. I remember
Did you
that.
see it? It's
I
a
remember
great
watching
movie.
that.
It's a
Yeah,
very
yeah.
good
I like
movie.
that movie.
Oh my
That was
god,
I like
man.
the songs to the song in it.
The
Yeah.
end when she's like, "Atreyu." He's coming.
Yes.
It's coming.
Atreyu. Yeah, that's. I remember the name.
All right,
Oh,
so
yeah.
I have it pulled up. So this is the never-ending story.
Here we go.
This is
Yes.
a big chunk of 80s for me. I haven't
This
rewatched
is
this movie
classic.
much. I watched it once
Yeah.
many years ago, and I remember it.
Oh wow.
Wonders are
Yeah.
hidden within its pages. What magical spell does it cast on all who read it? What is the secret
That's Atreyu, which I think is the cool, and the princess.
Yes.
of
Yes.
the never-ending story?
Story.
But that's impossible!
My story, the book metaphorically released that you may read one day, is very. I
Yes.
realized this movie had a big influence on that story. It just did. This
That's
and
neat.
a
Yeah. There
story
was a lot
about
of.
about Grover. When you pull the pages, he doesn't want you to turn the pages. This is a Sesame Street book. This movie and that book were big
yeah.
influences. I say they were the main influences.
That's neat. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. That's. I used to love music for this movie too. The soundtrack.
Music, it was just belly.
You will
Yes.
enter a world where a young boy's imagination becomes a vivid reality. The world of Atreyu and Artax, the Rockbiter, and a good and
I
kind.
don't remember the characters much. I remember the boy reading the book, Atreyu,
I remember the boy.
the wolf,
Yep.
and the dog, the flying dog.
Yes. Yes. I remember them the most probably of the. Yeah.
I don't even know this guy.
Of the
I don't know
characters.
if you know there's a second one, and I never watched it. It's supposed to be kind of weird.
There is. I don't think I've seen the second one either. I think I've only seen the first.
I don't think it's as good, like critically.
2 or 3 times. Yeah.
Unknown.
That's what I heard too.
A world that is vast and eternal, treacherous and dazzling, unforgettable and free. For anyone who's ever made a wish, believed in a fantasy,
The princess is coming. I love when I was a kid, I was in love with her. She's
Oh,
so
yeah, yeah.
beautiful. Oh,
Yes, yes,
I
it's
just
true.
wanted to have a friend like the princess. 'Cause
Yeah,
so
right?
magical.
When it's true as a kid,
Or
like,
had a
I
dream.
Yes,
want a
yes.
friend like her.
Oh, I want a
Yeah,
friend
yeah,
like the
it's true. It's
princess.
like,
this is the never-ending story.
And I'll tell you what, they barely showed her in the trailer. She's
what a great
such a
film.
big, to me, most memorable in the movie.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
Oh wow, they really didn't show much of the princess. That's wild.
They really didn't in that trailer. You're
yeah,
right.
I guess
you're
it was
right.
like
It's
they didn't
interesting,
wanna,
right?
I don't know. She was so.
Maybe they didn't want to like quote ruin the film or. Yeah, but you're right. They didn't
in
show
the
much
end,
trailer.
like she talks to the boy in the book, and she's like, "Listen to me," and the boy on the outside of the book hears her, and he answers.
Yes.
her. It's so because she's like,
Yeah.
"Stop the story!" Oh my god, I was like maybe find it and post and put it up. It is so profound, and it's a big part of my story. I didn't realize how much of an influence it had on me.
It's funny how I remember watching it, of course, as a kid, and then also I watched it again in Russia as a young adult, and it's just it's neat when the memories come flooding back when you watch it the second time. It's amazing. Like I was
Yeah.
watching it with a bunch of friends. the resident director in our dormitory was the one who had the TV.
Oh, really?
So we watched it on her TV, and we're all gathered together around it.
Did you guys like it? Did you like sit there and
popcorn.
enjoy it?
We did.
Oh, that's
yeah,
awesome.
we all thoroughly enjoyed it because a buddy
That's
of mine
great.
brought it up. I think he got it from a local video store there, or he brought it with him because he's from the States. He's from California. I can't remember, but either way, he had it. And when he suggested it, we were all like, "Oh yeah, let's Friday night."
And
we
you
all,
actively
we got,
like
candy and
got
popcorn,
it,
and we
ran-
sat down.
You knew you wanted to rent it before you rented it.
We did, and he had it, and we brought it, and she had the VCR TV
Yeah, the combo. I
thing,
love the combo. I
that
never had
unit,
one.
right?
Yeah, yeah. I
And
love it.
so we watched it in her room. We all sat on the couches and stuff. It was great. It was a lot of
This
fun.
was a
And
time when almost
Yeah.
every
Yeah,
household got the
that's cool.
daily newspaper delivered right to their home.
Oh yeah.
If you had-
We
morning
used to have a
paper.
paper boy, and my brother was the paper boy for like a couple weeks.
Really?
I think he
That's
wasn't good
funny.
at it. And he
A
just,
couple of weeks.
I think he flaked. And then like the other
Some people
guy,
didn't get their papers, huh? Yeah.
there's this other guy, Jim, who was in my neighborhood.
Uh-huh.
That he became the paper boy.
Oh, that's wild.
Yeah, yeah.
It's funny. We may take it for granted. A lot of us may take it for granted today, but this was before, at least a good period of this was before 24-hour news.
Yeah.
So you either got your news,
Yeah.
maybe local news in the morning or in the afternoon, and in the evening was the world news.
Yeah,
That was
yeah,
pretty much it.
Yeah.
The newspaper.
Yeah.
Now, this is before, what was
the
then
programming-
CNN was the groundbreaker.
You and
then,
I
yeah.
received, you bring me up to something I think is really interesting. You and I
Yeah.
were censored a lot. And even this forum, the way we express ourselves, the way we pull up video,
That's true.
you couldn't even curse on television. They had bleeped the
Oh
curses out.
no! You're right. You're right. The FCC has and still has in the states very strict rules
Yep.
on
But they wouldn't
curse
show
words, what you can
nudity.
say on television.
They'd show violence, which is so strange, like real violence they would show.
It
Which is
seems
weird.
almost arbitrary in a way, right?
Yeah,
Like,
very-
okay, they'll show certain violence up to a point.
Yeah.
They wouldn't show nudity. Another thing that's still the case, I believe, and correct me if I'm wrong, you can't be shown drinking an alcoholic beverage
they never drink.
on camera. So
No.
they might hold it and start to drink it, but you'll never see them actually drink it.
Yeah,
which
which
is
was
kinda
weird. When
wild,
I was a
yeah.
kid, I'd see movies on television. I wouldn't see the real
Yeah.
movie because they would change the movie. Because I guess
Yes,
they felt
yes.
I should receive it in a certain way, and it was
They cut out
too-
certain scenes.
Yeah.
Or yeah.
And just to illustrate, this is my show years later, and I'm gonna prove a point because I'm gonna say, fuck,
Let it out.
shit, dick bag, fuck, like you know what I mean?
I
You
wish
couldn't
I could
say it.
remember it.
You couldn't say
but
it.
You remember the comedian? I think we all do, right? George Carlin.
Of
And he had the
course.
7 words you could not say on television. I think
Probably
it was.
fuck
and,
was
and
one. Shit.
it-
There'd
yes,
probably
that
be,
was one. I
probably a
think.
douchebag.
I can't remember them all, but he would rattle them off, and then he would go on with the longer list. If I remember the bit
Oh,
correctly,
he got you. He
with
said
the
that was
longer
his
list, and it
example.
it took up
It
the
kept
back of an
going.
entire shirt.
Yeah,
At one
yeah.
point,
Yeah,
it
you
was
can't
funny.
say.
What you can't say on TV. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
wild because the list just grew to
There's
from 7
things
words into
I
like
see on
hundreds.
TikTok that is so adult. Like it's just like
Oh, yeah.
extremely
Oh, yeah.
adult. And
It's
it
true,
is.
right?
It's dude. It's,
Yeah,
It's shockingly
social media.
shockingly real.
Had a
Yeah, social
bicycle and a
media,
desire
YouTube
to
has
make
changed
more
everything.
money, then this was the perfect opportunity to do so.
That's right.
Sadly, this is no longer possible for most kids. Many
You know
newspapers
what's
have
the sad part? On Saturdays, it was the only time it would be in color. Why do I say it's sad? Because like you didn't get a color
Oh,
paper every day. You got a black and white paper.
Oh,
'cause
yeah.
It was cheaper
You know what?
to
You're
mass
right.
produce.
Papers were not in color like
No,
this. This would have
Saturday.
been like maybe
Only-
the Saturday or the Sunday paper. It's like the big issue.
Yep.
It'd be a little thicker,
And it had
right?
the coupons
Um,
in it.
yeah.
Yep.
Oh yeah,
went out of
that's
print,
right.
And even if they haven't, there are
That's
very few
right.
people that subscribe to them. It's really impossible for any kid to
Oh,
do this
man.
on a bicycle because the people that do get the paper are often spread far apart from one another.
I don't know if you remember this, but remember when you had to
Kids
look
today
up, like
may
my
think-
dad used to invest, and he would look up stock quotes in the paper, right?
Yeah, yeah.
You only get them once a day unless you were somehow connected. We didn't have like CNBC
So
then. or
that's
anything.
not
But
bad.
he would look up the stock quotes in the paper, and then it would be fractions. So you'd have like, oh, it went from
Yeah.
1 3/4 to like 2 5/8 or something, and you're like,
Right.
what?
Yeah.
Thank goodness they
Sure.
decimalized. I
Think
think in
about like
2002.
printing that and
Oh
trying
my
to get that
goodness,
information
that's
out to
changed.
people quickly. You know, that's
Right?
difficult.
And it
Yeah.
had to be
Yeah,
boring
as soon as you
without
got the paper, it
ability
was
to
already out of
text or
date.
snap
Yeah,
your friends.
exactly.
But let me tell you, it absolutely was not. Back then, kids saw their friends in person.
Yeah, we sure
walked-
did. We sure
Oh,
did.
yeah.
Marked
the
or rode their
novelty.
bikes to their
Sure
friend's
did.
house to see if they
Always the bikes. Like when you get 80s, you're gonna see bikes.
The
It's just
bikes.
the
You're
bikes
right.
are everywhere.
You're right. Oh, I
They'd
love
come
riding
out
my
to
bike
play.
around. Yeah.
If they could not be found outside, then you would see a yard full of bicycles.
Always.
Yeah.
On Maiden Lane.
Yeah, you're
The
right.
street next to mine, even in front of my house. Yes. Yep.
And
Right?
that's where the kids would be.
Yep.
Inside
That is such an
Yeah.
accurate indicator of how you know where people were.
That is so
It's
true.
so
man.
true.
Yeah,
particular
the bikes
house.
outside.
That was perfectly okay, and parents really didn't worry.
Yeah.
For the most part, they were completely safe if they were with their friends.
Yeah.
In school,
It's true.
kids had another
Yeah.
way of communicating. Passing notes in
Yeah.
class was an 80s
Oh,
kid's
passing
version of
notes in
You know
texting.
what
class.
my
Oh
favorite
God,
was?
yeah.
Do you know how I knew
Yeah.
I was a little bit of a heartthrob to the underclassmen in high school? You know, I was trying to be like Jordan
Oh, yeah.
Catalano from My
Yeah,
So-Called
yeah,
Life. We
yeah,
covered
yeah,
this.
yeah.
I would
That's
get,
right.
I would get notes, and I love
Got
notes.
notes.
I love.
Oh,
I love.
I used
it.
to love.
I'd be
Now,
in the
I would-
hallway and
I-
they slide me a note, and I'm like, all right.
I
loved
used
it.
to I used to love it when I got a note, and it got to the point when I liked, if I liked the girl, like her handwriting alone was
Yeah.
enough. Like I was like, oh wow, she's so nice. Like
Yeah,
you start projecting, right, as we all do, when it was fun. Yeah, you get to pass the note back. Ooh, let's
Yep,
not get
yep.
caught.
That's my
Yeah,
favorite.
yeah.
Oh, you could do it. It was fine.
Yeah.
Okay,
Oh, totally.
I like
right,
to give
yeah.
myself some minor props here. I can solve
yeah,
the math
you go,
on the
man.
bill on the. I could do that math.
Hey, you can get
Look
nice,
at me
man.
bragging. I could do
Good stuff.
division
Look at that.
and I could do
You got that.
multiplication.
Division multiplication, man.
I could do it.
Good stuff.
I
Good
believe
stuff.
that's a 3. If that's a 3, then it's easier. There would be a remainder.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
then
yeah, the
this
remainder.
obviously this is 28, so 18. So that plus that, so that would be like, what is it? Wait. 36 and 18.
It's
Drop to
it's funny
6.
because in Europe when they write division problems, or at least in Russia, it looks completely different from the way
we do
learn in
it.
the United States.
Yeah,
It's so interesting. It's like, and I remember the first time I saw the difference. Like, what is going on here?
Did you
And
know
it's
they
it's
teach,
division.
They teach
Yeah.
math differently now to kids than when we grew up in America. They have
Yes,
core
yes.
math. It's different.
There's like the Common Core and the
Yeah.
so-called Base 10. And,
It's
and it
way
was funny.
different.
I was talking about this with my girl at the time, and I remember, like, this is like years after it had become a thing, and I never quite understood it. And finally, I'm sitting in her car one day, we're going somewhere, and I just like randomly yelled out, "I got it!" And she's like, "What, what?
You
what are you
figured it out?
talking about?" And I understand what they're trying to do. I'm not
Gotcha.
saying I'm great at it,
Parents
but
really
clicks.
didn't work.
yeah.
The
It was fun.
process clicked to you.
Yeah, I understand the reasoning behind them to a degree, teaching it
So,
that way.
If you
Yeah,
simplify
in a
it
way.
and don't over talk it, and you just go by what your aha moment was, which one do you think is better to give to a new mind?
Honestly, the reason I think I got it, and I completely understand it, is because I learned it, and yes, I'm going to sound like an old head, the old way, the way we learned growing up. I think that, yes, it was a little more tedious in a way, but I think it prepares me to do that, like, base 10 math much more quickly
Gotcha.
and better than if I had learned that out of the gate. I think math would have been more confusing to me had I learned that first. But
Okay.
granted, I'm saying that having
I
learned the
think
old way.
the kids now
anyways,
get
so.
it first.
Yeah.
That's what my son will have.
No, I think you're right. Yeah,
Yeah.
they do. It's a very different style of, and to be fair, they probably disagree with me wildly if they, learned our way.
It's
so
still weird though.
so,
that you said
yeah,
that
it's
the math looks different, and now the math looks
Yeah.
different from when we learned the math. So
You're right,
what are
yeah.
they interpreting with the math? I guess it's just the language, and you learn it in different ways, right?
Yeah, it's a way of thinking about it. I think.
Yeah, it's a way to think.
It's
It's a way
easier.
to
Yeah,
process.
sim-
It's a way to come up
Yeah.
with. Basically, it still adds, subtracts, multiply, and division have to be in there
Basically,
somehow.
yeah.
You know,
Hey, I hate
that's
to break it to everybody, but 2 + 2 still equals 4.
still does.
And
So,
still does.
moving on. This used to be me.
Yes.
I used to talk on the phone a lot to girls.
Oh, the phone.
So
Oh,
this,
yeah.
I used to
Yeah.
have I used to date girls by talking to them on the phone.
Just the talking on the phone.
Yeah, a
Remember
lot.
that?
I used to talk
Yeah,
to girls
just a lot of
all
phone
night
time.
long. We would just talk all the time.
Oh God.
We call
Now,
each other.
have you ever been talking to a girl and you both fall asleep together
Yeah,
on the
we
phone?
would just hang out.
Yeah, that was yep.
Dude,
Boy,
there's
my
this
parents
girl.
got so mad when they learned I tied up the whole line all night.
Oh yeah, that's
wasn't
obvious. That's
good.
gonna happen. Yeah, and if you could roam really easy by calling someone outside of your area, you had to pay a lot of money to talk to people.
Oh my goodness,
You
the
did.
area
Like my
code
mom
thing.
would get hit with
I
it.
forgot about
and
that.
This
Yeah.
girl Kristen did it. My mom would get the special thing. This girl I talked to said her mom was
Yeah.
mad at her because it cost money to talk to me.
Oh
She
yeah,
still would.
yeah, you're
And
right.
it wasn't cheap, dude. It was like $20 a month, maybe, or like.
It was
know.
to have the quote long distance
Yeah,
service
and it was
to
out-
call a different area code was
No,
like
just hear me out. I know how this kind of is. I understand how counties work, and I understand how municipalities work. She was only 2 counties away from me, and the state
Isn't
of
that
New
something?
Jersey was still hitting up that household, that homeowner, with a fine or a fee, and they were only
Yeah.
2 counties away from me.
2 counties away,
Less-
and that was a long distance
less
call.
than 20 miles one
Yes.
way. Less than 20 miles one way. Isn't that crazy?
mean,
that was
it's
considered
mind-blowing.
roaming.
That was long distance. That was
Yeah.
roaming. Now, as we all know, I have a plan on my mobile phone. I can call anyone anywhere in the world,
Wow.
and it doesn't cost me really much more than
Wow.
it costs me less than a call did back then that was 2 counties over.
Wow.
So it's mind blowing when you
With
think about it. It's like
only
really
30 some years, something give or
yeah.
take?
The 30 something
Wow.
years later, you can call the other side of the world for arguably less than 20 miles
Wow.
away.
When my mother first came to this country, she would send letters
Yeah.
back and forth because the phone cost
Oh
money.
yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. I do remember for
And
a
the
while
phone numbers
there.
were long. They still are long. But like I
Yeah.
get that. But like, yeah, it would cost it would cost money.
I do remember well into the 1990s sending letters back and forth to Russia. I
Wow.
remember doing that
You had
because
to.
some of us had phones, some of us didn't. It was like that deal. Yeah.
Style
Yes.
phone.
Oh
with
my
the
God, this
cords that
phone.
were
These rotary phones. We
Look
had
at
one.
the,
on our-
the rotary
we had
phone.
one
Look
on
at
our
that.
wall. It was red.
Look at that ancient technology.
I can
Oh, you had a
hear.
red phone.
I can hear the ting.
Can you hear that?
You had
Yeah,
to-
the actual.
You had to roll that sucker back, right? So you would go like
You
this.
really did.
You would roll each whatever number. It was heavy. It wasn't light, and you would feel it dial back every number.
Yeah, and you'd have to make sure that where your finger would go in that
That hole.
reset the hole there,
Yeah.
where the number you want that, and you have to bring it all the way around and make sure you
Yep.
touch that metal
Yep.
stop, I guess.
Yep.
Yeah,
And
because
this receiver
and you hear the little.
was heavy. This was if you hit someone in the head with that.
Oh, yeah.
You could really
Oh
hurt
yeah,
them.
you could cause damage.
Yeah.
The
and that-
horn, as
that
they used to call
wire.
it.
Yeah. The horn.
The
were really
wire-
like
the
fidget
wire,
toys.
right?
You could twirl your
Yeah.
finger around
Yep.
the cord,
I was
or
just about to talk
Oh
about
my
the cord,
God,
and then
yeah.
he did. I should have said it because I was like that
He
cord.
did.
I
Yeah,
used to
right,
play
'cause
with
there
it.
he is.
I literally thought it. I was like, you should say it, and then he did.
use it
That's
as
funny.
a jump rope if it was long enough. Some cords were super long.
Yeah, you could get a real
Yes,
long one. Yeah.
they were the best.
Yeah, they were the
'cause
best.
you
To
could go
take
into
the
the
call
other
into another
room with
room.
that. Yeah. Yes.
If you did not have to
Isn't
do
it weird that we're now like the adults? We're like the older.
I know.
people,
I know.
like-
Remember? Yeah, I know. It's a little frightening.
You know how we
Oh,
know?
wait.
Because the actors we grew up with are either dead or they're older.
Oh yeah. When actors who are like your contemporaries or actors growing up start getting old and dying,
Johnny
it
Depp.
does
not-
hit you differently.
Johnny Depp is not
Yeah.
a young man anymore.
He is not a
He's
spring
not.
chicken anymore.
No, he is not.
I'm sorry, ladies. Johnny is not a spring
They're
chicken
like,
anymore.
and young people are probably like, "Who's that?" And you're like, "You got to watch this movie." And you're like,
Yeah, right.
do
I
that,
never
they were
understood,
probably one of
growing
the
up, why my
fortunate
dad
kids
was so shocked when an actor of his generation would pass away. Now I get it.
to have
It's
a
like,
phone of your
oh,
very own in your room. There's
that was
also
huge.
probably a good chance
I never got that until I was older, and yeah, that took a while to get that.
that you had a cool
I
phone
did.
like this.
Oh, dude, Garfield was.
oh,
I
man,
loved
with the
Garfield.
Garfield
still to
phone. You
this
had a Garfield
day.
phone? That's
No,
awesome.
I just love Garfield. I had shirts. I had
Oh,
mugs.
okay.
I had dolls. I love Garfield. I'm not kidding.
Garfield was great. I loved him too.
love Garfield.
I did not have the phone either, but
I
I love
still
the cat. Yeah.
Love Garfield. And there's the one thing that's Garfield that is truly like so 90s is when he was a suction cup
Yeah.
on a car. Remember those?
Oh yeah. You used to see him a lot.
A
There, he'd be
lot.
like, clinging to the window,
Yeah.
and it was right there looking at you.
Yeah.
I used to
Oh
like
my
that
God,
too.
all the
Yeah.
the cartoons, man. Oh, they were the
Yeah.
love of my
Yeah.
life.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my
You're right,
God.
man.
VCR,
too.
Saturday morning cartoons were still very much a thing.
Yeah.
Kids everywhere got up super early on Saturday mornings
Saturday
and plopped in
morning
front of the
cartoons.
television with a big
It's true.
bowl of their favorite sugary cereal.
Heck
It
yeah.
was one of the few times where you could have complete control of the television in the living room.
It's true.
But when the cartoons
true.
were over, it was time to go outside. Most kids wanted to go outside, but if you did not, then your parents were probably going to make you.
They did.
This was a time
Yeah,
when
that's
parents-
right, and they
They
did.
did. Look, can I
They
just tell you
really
real
did.
quick? I'm so glad he said that, and I like to share this with you. Okay, I lived on Crestwood, right? Crestwood had less kids. It was me and my brother.
Okay.
Not many.
Oh,
But
okay.
Ronnie lived up the street. Maiden Lane had the kids, and like the
Oh, okay.
parents over there were way grumpier than my. Like they were like
Really?
those marriages didn't last. There was a lot
Oh,
more
they're-
like real in the room. The
little more
daughters would have
troubled,
children.
yeah.
There'd be multiple people in the house.
Oh wow.
And
Okay.
the women
Yeah.
were mean. The moms, some
They
of them
were
were
really.
they were mean.
That's
and
a
I'd go
shame,
over there,
man.
and as soon as we would go in the house, we'd want to play Nintendo. Like we just would.
Right.
And
Yeah.
Joey's mom was the meanest. And she'd be like, I don't want to see this fucking shit in the house. You don't need to get outside. I don't want to see
Really?
this
Oh,
shit.
man.
Joey, you got to get out of here. And I would walk in his home and just be like frozen. Because like she was such an overwhelming force.
Like this
She wore
overwhelming
like a
presence in
moo-moo,
the yeah.
and like she had so much attitude. And Joey was
just
a
picture
bad
this.
kid. And check this out. Joey went on to eventually want to be a fireman. And there was this other weird kid
Really?
in my neighborhood who also did, and he was a weird kid. The two of them lit a house on fire. And they worked
Oh no.
with the fire department, and the one kid wanted attention, so he lit an actual house on fire to get people of his own town to go on call to the house. And Joey, the mean mom, her son was
Yeah.
there too, and he lit the house on fire with this
No
guy.
way.
Yes, and he got arrested.
That's a little
And
freaky,
if I
man.
searched it, I probably could find it. His name was Harry.
Fine, Joe.
And you know why I feel this way?
Harry and Joey. Oh man.
Harry was working at the fire station near my house, and he knew it was me, but I didn't kind of know him. He knew me from the neighborhood. He reported me and got a ticket sent to my house.
No.
To my house.
Oh, that's crazy.
And I had to
bet
go
your
to
parents
court
were
and
not
be
thrilled.
like, yeah, but like, that's a fucked up move to notice me from the neighborhood and be like, yeah, he was speeding. And I actually got a ticket sent to my house. And it's the same
That's
kid
crazy.
who burned a house down. So I feel
Yeah, at
nothing for Harry at all. I think
Yeah.
I think he was a punk and a bitch. And like whenever I
Hey, I
think
don't
of
blame you,
Joey
man.
and that mom, I'm like, oh, and Harry. And like that's just some like I don't know.
It's funny what sticks with you as a kid too, because
Well-
you can hear the voices.
What a dick move. And then go to burn a
parents
house
in
in
your
my own
head, you know?
neighborhood? Like what kind of kid
Yeah.
was that? You know?
That's just crazy, man. Like,
Yeah.
I don't even know what to. There's really nothing nice to say.
no,
about that.
yeah.
That's
And it's funny, you
really
rarely
messed up.
are a man of few words. So I think you realize just how like it's shocking, right?
It's bad. Yeah,
Yeah,
you
it's
can't
bad.
complain. Come on,
Yeah.
guys. Yeah. Like,
And Gary didn't hang out with the rest of us. He was weird and lived over in this other house. But
Right.
like I don't
Oh,
know,
right.
man. And like he knew Joey though, and like
Mm-hmm.
they went on. This was years later that they together as probably teenagers, probably as like 20-year-old men. They worked for the fire station and they burned a house down and pretended like they just walked up on it. How stupid is that?
Oh,
How
look,
stupid
we
is it
found
to
a
light a house on fire and be like, "Oh, dude, there's this house on fire." And then I'm sure the fireman got there and probably, did you light this house on fire?" And
Oh,
he
yeah, they-
did. Him and
he
Joey did.
Man, that is really messed up. I would, my parents would have. I wouldn't be sitting here talking to you.
He got
today.
arrested.
They'd have killed me.
He
They
went
would
to
have killed me
jail.
before the police could arrest
They
me. Like
sent
honestly,
him to jail. I'll have to look.
I
up
never
for
would have
Harry.
done something like that.
Yeah.
But in the alternate universe where my parents would have had my
You know what
head
else I don't
before the
like?
police even got to me.
When they sent me a ticket, it was his word, and they never saw anything. So who were they to question this whole thing?
Yeah,
There was no
that's-
camera. There
that's
was
a
no
question
nothing.
too,
I wish I
right?
could
Yeah.
remember what it was like in court, I'd be like, fuck this ticket. I'd be like, who the fuck sent this to me? Oh, Harry.
I know, right? Yeah, right. You would have, you would have easily have had grounds.
Because he would have had to walk back in there,
fight it,
tell somebody, find a guy, tell the guy, right? He would have had to done a lot of things to get that to actually happen. And
It's
all
crazy,
I did,
man.
there was like the fire station, and they were like pulling the fire trucks out, but like they weren't out yet.
Right.
So I was just driving by the fire station. He was stopping traffic, and I went past him. He must have been on some kind of trip to be like, I'm gonna get him for
it's
defying
like a power
me.
trip thing.
Yeah, I
I'm gonna
think that
show
kid,
you.
he
I'm in
really-
charge. I'm in authority. Yeah,
he
power
so
trip.
badly wanted to be important, and fuck Harry. I'm gonna say it. I said
you
it.
go.
Fuck you, Harry.
There you go.
Let's
You
go.
said it.
See what childhood memories can bring up.
Take that, Harry.
And yeah,
See,
take it, Harry.
that's
You
what
and Joey. You and Joey. Bad Joey with the bad mom who was on Maiden Lane with the bad attitudes. She'd be smoking
Man,
cigs
that's
and
insane.
shit.
Wow.
That is so true.
Picture this, true. That must have been something. I have to say, all the parents
So
in my
peace and
neighborhood,
quiet.
they were all really good for the most
Once
part. They
the
were really
kids-
I
nice.
think you grew up pretty nice, actually.
Yeah,
I think it
I
was
grew up
okay
really
for
nice.
you. I
For
think
the
it
most
was-
part, yeah. As far as I know.
It was
Yeah.
outside. They were off on their bike.
Did you and your sister fight?
We did, but not as often. Really, not as often as one might think. Yeah,
Yeah.
we actually got along pretty well. We had our fights like
Yeah,
every
yeah.
sibling has,
But
but
you didn't bully
um,
her, and she didn't bully you.
no, there was nothing like that. No, it was actually we got along really well growing up.
Good.
I have to say.
And you
We-
still
I
get
say
along
more.
today?
Generally, they
we
never
still do.
returned until
Yeah, I'm
later
happy to
that
say we
evening.
still get along very well today, which
Good.
is nice. Yeah.
Oh my God, the
Parents
street
had
lights.
absolutely no idea
Yeah,
where their
right?
kids were all day, and that was
Yeah,
perfectly fine.
that's true. As long as you knew they were kind of in the neighborhood.
We were in a
It was all
neighborhood.
good.
We would go
Yeah.
outside. It's true.
Yeah, right.
Speaking of kids being outside, it was completely common for kids to ride their bicycle with no helmets, knee pads, or
Yeah.
elbow
Oh
pads.
yeah, yeah, that's true.
And
Yeah,
really,
the
I'm
things
not
I
just talking about riding.
did as a kid.
I'm talking about
Yeah.
jumping some pretty gnarly ramps.
Dude, I can't believe
the Rams.
you don't know how shocked I am to realize how similar I was to everyone else. Because when I grew up like that and I was jumping bikes like this, I didn't know other
Yeah.
people were doing that all around the country. I had no clue.
Isn't it funny though? Yeah.
I had no
Yeah, it's
clue.
like we think we're the ones who came up with it, but it's been going on all over the country. You're right though.
Yeah.
Because same with my experience in certain respects. Like you don't think like people in the country or around the world are doing these things.
Same thing.
Oh no, we're so clever. Right?
Also,
Me and my friends are so clever, but
dressed
yeah,
like
we're
us.
just like everybody else.
The haircuts are the same. It's
Yeah.
weird how
Yeah.
the decade canvases the whole culture, right? And
Yeah.
it takes the
Isn't that wild?
culture a while to get. I think it's the clothes. Whoever pushes the new clothes really changes everything. Who decides
the
that a shirt is
clothes
going to
and
be
the-
like the shirt? Who pushes the clothes out there? Who are the bike manufacturers and what are they doing? Because they made
I
it.
know,
They
right?
did something. They literally
Advertisers,
pushed it out to the whole country. you
Fashion designers and their advertisers and marketing and really good.
It is marketing.
Then you might get like you'll get like a famous actor, actress, or star,
A movie.
personality, a movie, right, a band, and they're like, oh, those guys are really cool. I want to be like them. So you get the shirt. Oh, I'm like them now because I wear the same type of shirt or whatever.
Don't get
And
me
it's just
started on
funny how that works.
Jordan
yeah.
Catalano. Don't make me get started on Jordan from myself.
On Jordan.
He's
There you
gonna
go,
be
man.
like I'll
Jordan
just pop him in pictures sometimes.
Jordan is.
What
There
an
you go.
epiphany
Yeah.
I had today.
That's good.
Danger was just all
Beauty.
part of the fun.
Dude, we did
That's
the
right.
same thing. You know what
That's
it is? I know why they're doing it. I think Evil Knievel kind of got over really big at that time. And I think a lot of people were
Oh
mimicking
yeah.
Evil Knievel and like trick jumps and all that stuff.
I do remember that. Yeah, that's true. And like in our own way, we try to do the
jumps
over the pits.
I
Most
think
of
that's
the
where it
time,
came
was
from.
just going to be a few
Yeah.
bumps and bruises, but
Whoa.
occasionally it would be broken bones
Yeah.
and stitches. Hopefully nothing
Ah,
worse. 80s kids never back down from a challenge.
That's
and
true.
almost Nothing was off.
Oh,
Right.
dude, I still feel like I carried
Challenge accepted.
I can't believe how much I threw my body at the world with such reckless abandonment
Right?
and just took it. And just took it.
Yeah.
It was a
Isn't
lot.
it funny? Like it's almost a miracle. I look back and I think, man, it's a miracle. I didn't break any bones in my life, or that I'm even still alive.
I
in some
cracked when I
respects.
was a little kid. I cracked my
Yeah.
head open on a metal
Oh wow.
swing set. I was playing on the
no.
side on like on the
Oh,
A,
Yeah.
and I
Yeah,
swung
yeah,
down
that
and I hit a
baby.
metal
Yeah.
bucket, and I busted my
no.
head open. and I had to
Oh
be
my
rushed to the
goodness.
hospital and get my head stitched because I busted my head, and
Oh,
I have a
that's
scar
brutal, man.
in the back of my head from doing that.
From that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I'll tell you the
You
other
see, the
story.
worst I ever did was I broke a tooth,
Okay.
doing something stupid. Yeah, that was probably the worst I ever
That's not that
broke,
bad.
thank goodness.
That's not that
That
bad.
wasn't that bad, though. Yeah, it was like
Was
was
it a
an
baby?
uncomfortable visit to a dentist, and that was
Were
pretty
you
much the end of
grown
it.
when it happened, or did you lose the
Um,
tooth?
I was a bit, yeah, it was like an adult tooth.
Oh,
yeah, so
yeah,
it basically
that
chipped.
sucks.
So I had to get that thing like so somewhere in my mouth, and I don't even remember which one. There is like a semi-fake tooth piece
Wow.
in there. Like one of my teeth is partly
I-
fake. I don't remember which one.
Let
it
me
is,
just
though.
share the one with you, just so I don't know. I feel like I'm sharing different things
yeah.
with you today.
Go for it.
So let's
see
just,
the light.
I don't know why that, yeah, I know I thought that'd be different. Okay, here we go.
There we go.
So I'll probably put some of the pictures to connect to this. So long story short, I was at the top of the hill with my mom and dad. There was snow on the hill, right? So
Okay.
I'm going down the hill. We're sledding down the hill. This hill it's a steep hill. There's cars parked on a steep hill. My parents think it's okay for us to go sledding down this hill with cars parked on both sides on a hill that goes down. There's
Oh
not a
my
lot of hills
goodness.
where I live, but for
I'm
some
already
reason,
seeing disaster.
we actually
in the
had a
work
hill.
here.
It's weird. Most of the other area is flat. That's the steepest hill.
Yeah.
there. And I went down on this thing on a sled as a 8-year-old boy, and my mom thought I could like make myself go straight down a hill with no cars on the side. Like
Oh
you
my
only have a
goodness.
strip.
Oh yeah,
Dude,
Yep.
I was a kid. I was like, I'm going. And my mom tells me this story, and I'm going down. And I'm going down the street. And I have to direct the sled like this, the wooden part. in
Oh,
the
that's
front, we
right. The ones you
direct
could
it.
kind of steer.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was not plastic and cool. It was like me laying head first and going like this.
Yes.
And dude, I
my goodness.
turned it and I went towards a car. And my mom told
Right.
me, she goes, "You went under the car." And I was on a sled. And I
Oh,
went
that's
under a
crazy, man. You went
car.
under the car?
And there
You
was
did it,
all
like-
of the exhaust, and the whole car was over me. I went under the
my
car, and I
goodness.
came out on
That's
the other
crazy.
side and went back straight and came down. I went under a car going hella fast, head first.
That's crazy.
And I could
That
have
is
hit
crazy.
a tire. I could have hit the
And
exhaust pipe.
somehow you didn't.
I
right?
went
like you
zoom
went straight.
right through it and
Like,
just
that's
came
kind
out.
of amazing.
Oh my God. And my mom's like,
I had,
she's like, I didn't know what to do. She's like, you didn't hit anything.
Oh yeah, what can you do at that
And
point?
I
right?
could have
It's one of those-
really,
probably
and
the shock of it,
that
right?
same
Like I
hill-
can't believe that happened.
I went down on a bike
I'm hurt
and
part of it.
I did hurt myself. I went off my bike and I skidded like
Oh.
a champ, and my whole face was all fucked up. My hands were fucked up, and it took
Oh,
a while
man.
for it to heal. Kids saw my face and they're like, they saw the scabs on my face from the same hill.
I do have a sledding story. It was a hill. There was a huge blizzard, and it was I was
Minutes.
probably in middle
Really,
school at
it-
this point. So I'm on that head first sled, just like the one you're describing. And the snow had kind of just started to melt. So of course I go down the hill. The blades cut into the snow. The sled stops. I keep going at that speed, and I go head first right into a big block of like ice.
Oh wow.
My head like lands smack into
You-
it. So it goes into the hill of snow and ice,
See,
basically.
You remember it. It's memorable to you.
Oh yeah, yeah. And I stood there. Now my ego was probably more bruised than my actual face was, but my face was a little messed up. I had like all these marks and like it
All right.
looked like
It is super late. I'm going to
got into
tell
a
you
fight.
the story, my dad's story. I have to tell you. I usually stop.
Oh,
by now.
yeah.
This is a fantastic episode. I love the nostalgia. I really did.
Yes.
And we're going to have to end it because I have to tell you this story real quick.
Yes,
I'm probably
yes.
going to do it off camera. All right. With that,
On game.
excellent episode. Love the sharing. Love
Thank you,
all
sir.
the anecdotal. Super dope, man. I'll rewatch
Yeah,
this.
big
And I think
time.
there's a lot of great gold nuggets in here. Me as an editor.
lot of content.
I love
This
it.
is great.
It's great. And with that, we're out.